Thank you for joining us today. My name is Jake White and we will cover Cummins Incorporated. First, we will discuss a little bit of the history of the corporation, followed by some major products and services. Then we will discuss the Chief Executive Officer, Strategic Team, and Mission Statement. Then we'll go over a little bit of financial data and my recommendations of whether or not you should buy the stock. Starting off a little bit of the history of the company. Cummins was founded in Columbus, Indiana on February 3rd, 1919 by mechanic Plessy Cummins and banker William Clanton Irwin. But it wasn't until 1933 that the first successful model was developed, the Model H engine, which was used in small rural switchers. During the post-World War II road building boom, more than half the heavy-duty trucks on the market were using the Cummins N-Series engine. One of the most popular engines was later developed and were used by the heavy-duty pickup truck line known as the Dodge Ram, starting in 1988. Come a long way since 1988, come even further since 1933. As we see here, this is the 2024 model of the Ram's 3500 dually series that holds the Cummins engine. Over to some products and services. Cummins provides engine generators and power systems, new power, and engine components. Cummins engines power many of the trucks on the road today, and probably the most recognizable is the Ram 2500, which is the single-wheel iteration of the 3500, which I showed you in the previous slide. They use the Cummins 6.7 liter diesel engine. Cummins also provides, as I said, generators and has an engine components division where they sell components separately. Here's an example of one of the Cummins generators or powerhouses they have. They range in size from as large as you see here down to smaller, more compact house-held versions or individual use type of situations. To go over a little bit of their CEO strategic team, we have Jennifer Rumsey as the chair and CEO, Sharon Barner as the chief administrative officer, Marvin Bokey, chief human resource officer, Jenny Bush, president of the power systems business, Bonnie Fetch, vice president and president of distribution businesses, Amy Davis, president of Excelliar by Cummins and Components, Nicole Lamb Hill, vice president and chief legal officer and corporate secretary, Brett Merritt, president engine business, Sarah Kant Padmanabhan, executive vice president and president of operations, Tony Satterthwaite, senior vice president intern distribution segment leader, Mark Smith, chief financial officer, Nathan Stoner, vice president China ABO, Jeff Wiltrout, vice president corporate strategy, and Jonathan Wood, chief technical officer. Now, the mission statement is our mission: making people's lives better by powering a more prosperous world. We'll go over a little bit of stock information as of current. Currently, they are holding at $274.84 per share. As you can see, is up 4.27% from yesterday. They're holding a 52-week high of $276.92 with a low of $203.18. Average trading volume is around 2,553,000 shares, with a market cap of around $38.9 billion. They pay dividends, which we'll go over in the next slide. They're anything else we can cover here that looks good. Over the last year, they've come up. I mean, they've seen a steady trend, especially over the 5-year plan. They have a nice steady growth rate, so kind of like that, I can see them steadily coming up, even with a few dips in place. They seem to recover. With Cummins engines being one of the higher names in the diesel engine market, I see them having a strong future, especially with the way government regulations and EPA regulations are going, and this drive towards fuel efficiency motors. They are really doing well in that area. The stock currently holds an A2 rating with an annual gross in 2023 of $8.2 billion. In the last 4 years, have seen a pretty decent rating with 2022 holding at 6.7 billion, gross profit 5.6 in 2021, 4.8 in 2020, and a 5.9, close to 6.0 billion in 2019. As I said before, the market cap of 38.9 billion. Now their dividends are paid out quarterly, and they're sitting around $1.68 per share dividend. So if that's something you're interested in, and you buy enough, you can see a little increase. That being said, I do believe Cummins, in my recommendations, would be a buy and hold. As I said, in my opinion, the Cummins stock would be worth buying and holding long term with environmental regulations and engine efficiency gaining stride. Diesel engines will have its part to play, and a reputable brand like Cummins is here to stay. I personally drive a Ram vehicle. It is the 1500 version with the 5.7 Hemi. That being said, I strive to be in a nice Cummins 2500 in the next year or two. It's one of my goals. They are dependable engines. They've been on the market for a long time. It's driven by a team that's worth, it's looking forward to pushing into the future. So I recommend buying and holding. And thank you for joining us today in our meeting.